for most Bay Area families, but for many moms and dads, summer means the start of a whole different set of parenting pressures, from unusual summer camp schedules, monitoring screen time, and planning the perfect summer vacation. But a new TikTok trend encourages moms and dads to just let things be and take a more hands-off approach. Influencers are calling it the beta mom movement, in contrast with moms who strive for control and careful management of all things parenting. To help us explain what this means and the pros and cons of that approach, we want to welcome family expert Gabriella Pomare to the show. Good morning, Gabriella.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Let's first start with, how do you define a beta mom and how is it different from other parenting styles?
It's really interesting. I think a beta mom is a reaction to decades of unrealistic expectations, right? So we've got the alpha mom, the perfectly curated mom that puts a lot of pressure on motherhood today. It's having the perfect, home, the curated lunchbox, the birthday parties. But being a beta mom, it's a bit of a rebellion against motherhood as a performance. So a beta mum's really exposing how much of good mothering is just theatre, and it's really a redistribution of responsibility and a bit of a natural backlash to, the whole concept of gentle parenting that we've seen so much and which has probably gone a little too far.
So when and how did this shift take place? And is beta parenting kind of a conscious choice, or is this something that people have now fallen into?
Absolutely. I think it's a bit of both. I think mums are exhausted. It's the reality of it. We are carrying so much, not just physically, but that entire invisible load. We're doing all the tasks around the home, but we're carrying essentially the entire emotional load of the family. What's happening, as you say, this coming summer, what's happening during the holidays, who's got a doctor's appointment, who needs school shoes, and mums are exhausted. So what they're now saying is they're rebelling. They're saying, we don't need to have every afternoon scheduled. The house doesn't have to look perfect. My child can be bored sometimes, and I don't have to solve every one of my child's problems immediately. So I really think it's a positive way forward to give mums a bit of a break.
Where is the line, though, between being, supportive, low pressure, and being too hands-off, though?
I think the reality is it's not lazy parenting. It's not about being hands off. It's simply about removing the pressure of needing to be perfect and curated. And I think that's where social media really comes into it. On social media, we're trained to say, have this perfect life. We scroll the reels and we're seeing really TikTok and Instagram style homes. Everything is set to a T. And all we're saying to our kids is step back. They still need guidance and they still need a parent, but they also need to be reminded that not every part of their day necessarily has to be planned, and they don't have to keep up with everyone at school or within the friendship circle.
You mentioned the role of social media in kind of swaying people's parenting styles. Does the beta mom not subscribe to that, in that they don't post every picture of them and their happy family on social media? Are they kind of rejecting that social media pressure?
Look, I think you could be right, but at the same time, if this is a trend, doesn't that tell us something different? That perhaps now on social media, the trend is to do the opposite. And maybe you're right. Maybe now there's a push to show everyone online that we can be maybe more gentle, that we can take a step back. So I think we've just got to see that fine balance and work out what is the right way forward. I think the better thing to do is to stress to our friendship circles, to our mum groups, that it's okay to simplify routines. It's okay to reduce unnecessary activities, and it's okay to share household and parenting responsibilities more clearly, without perhaps subscribing to what everyone else is doing on social media.
What's one thing that every mom, beta or not, can take away from this parenting philosophy?
Absolutely. Good enough parenting is not lazy parenting. I think it's healthy parenting, and that is so important. And what that really means is that mums understand that children thrive when parents are warm, when they're responsive, when they're emotionally available most of the time, not when they're perfect all of the time.
And you focus on yourself and what you're doing. It's not a competition with everyone else, right?
Exactly. It's become such a competition between friendship circles and school groups. And I think we need to say, hey, we're doing okay. Our little family unit is doing well, and that's what should make us happy.
All right. As long as your kids are healthy, happy, everything is good. You got to focus on the big picture. Thank you for explaining all that to us, Gabriella Pomare, and for your insight. We appreciate it this morning.
Thank you.
All right. 7